Alright, good afternoon YouTubers. Today I'm going to be bringing you a review / comparison of hands down my favorite truck company. At least at the moment. It might change over time. But I'm going to be talking about caliber trucks. See, this is a 50 caliber truck, so 50 degree base plate. It also comes in 44. It's currently mounted on my other board. I really don't feel like bringing it over here. But the only thing that changes between those two are the angle of the base plate. So for you people who don't know, that's the angle at which this hanger sits in accordance to the board. So 50 degree higher angle is going to offer you much more turn for the amount that you lean, while the 44 degree truck is going to offer you a lot more lean with less turn. So to start off, the hangers for these trucks are 10 inches wide. Standard. They also come in a 9 inch, but I can't really speak for those since I have not ridden them. So I'm just going to be talking about the 10 inch wide, 50 degree and 44 degree caliber trucks. The cast versions, not the precisions. So the construction of these trucks is rock solid. I tend to abuse my boards and trucks. I don't really clean them that much, and they tend to take a lot of abuse because I fall a lot. So the construction of these is rock solid. They've held strong this entire time. No bending of the hangers, no axles breaking or anything of that sort. No problems at all with these. So versatility. A lot of people would say due to calibers, let me see if I can show you. They have a bit of a deeper bushing seat, and it's very restrictive, which means it will offer you that extra stability. And due to them being a flat hanger, which means the axle is in line with the pivot, I'm pretty sure. They have no rake, which I personally like. It gives you a little bit more of a consistent turn with your lean. It doesn't turn more than you lean, which it's a very linear type of turn. That's the best way I'd describe it. And while many people would describe these trucks as restrictive, and for more people who not necessarily a very free ride or carvy truck, I would disagree entirely. It all depends on the setup that you set it up with. Personally, in my 50 degree trucks, I'm riding Venom 81A free ride shape. Yeah, let's see if I can get it in there. Free ride shape board side and their barrel roadside. And this is very carvy. Very, very carvy. I can carve just as well in this as I can in my Paris trucks. So it's all about your setup. It doesn't, just because the truck has a more restrictive bushing seat and is known for going more downhill, doesn't mean that it's entirely based for downhill. So just keep that in mind, that just because you're getting this does not mean that you can only do downhill on them. You can only do fast freeride on them. You can do whatever you set them up for. And so I've talked about my personal setup on the 50s, which I use for a little bit of mild downhill free ride, pretty much everything unless I plan on going over 30. And so 44s, my caliber 44s, I have them set up on my downhill board, which is an Arbor Wugenhausen, the 2013 edition. And these trucks are fantastic. Absolutely hands down my favorite. Personally, I only use them for kind of upwards of 30, maybe into the high 20s if I'm not really familiar with the run and I want a little more stability or a little more lean, whichever I'm feeling for the day. But that does not mean that you cannot free ride these trucks. Right now I have them set up on dual 93A Venom barrels, which are not this color, but they're this size and shape and this type of urethane. And that setup is personally fantastic for me. It offers a really good amount of lean for the amount of turn, making it very stable. However, I can very easily set it up with some lighter bushings, go with some more freeride oriented shapes, and I can easily freeride the 44s. They can be very responsive if you set them up right. So just because you're getting the 44s doesn't mean you just have to do downhill, doesn't mean that you have to be restricted in any way. You can still use the 44s for downhill, you just have to be a bit more clever with your setup. So I would recommend these trucks to anyone looking to go into downhill, looking to go into a little faster riding, personally, due to their more restrictive nature as compared to other trucks. But I would keep in mind that how you set them up will greatly determine how they can ride. So they can be just as turny or just as stable as you'd like them to be. So hands down my favorite truck. If you're thinking about getting a set, get them. Thank you. And I'm signing off.